You know, a common complaint or frustration that I hear from consultants goes like this. Clients don't know what they want. And people use, maybe you're using, that frustration to justify a number of inefficient business practices. So because you already know that clients don't know what they want, then that puts pressure on you to offer more and more types of services, to give your clients more options to help them better understand and therefore better choose which option or mix of options they would like. Because clients don't know what they want, then you prepare yourself for very, very long conversations about possible services because you have to inform. Again, you have to inform what they don't know. You have to go through all that with them. So you're prepared to talk and talk and talk because you believe that that's a part of how you do business. Okay, if that's what you want to do, if you enjoy that, if that's working for you, stellar. I'm talking to the person who doesn't like that and finds that to be frustrating. Let's think through this issue a bit. Clients don't know what they want. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes clients literally do not know what they want. They're sitting in front of you, they're talking to you, and they do not know what they want. Sometimes they don't know what to ask. They don't know what questions to ask. They don't know what conversation they should have. So they're just talking. And you put yourself in a situation where you allow them to just kind of talk and talk and talk in circles. Let's paint that in a bit of a picture for a moment so we can have some empathy for our clients for just 1 second here. Imagine if you were going to fix your car. Let's say something happens to your car. Your car breaks down, okay? And there's a noise coming underneath the hood. Now, listen, you do what you do. You're an expert in your thing, but you don't fix cars. You don't know a lot about cars. You put gas in it, you turn the key. That's about what you understand about cars, all right? So, but now your car has some challenges. It's making a noise under the hood. What do? You pull the car over, you pop the hood, that you know how to do. You pop the hood, you look under the hood, and you're looking for where the noise comes from. And you can't tell. You notice it's coming somewhere from the right side of the car, but that's all you know. All you know is under the hood on the right. That's about all you know. So if you're going to go to Google and you're going to search for this, what do you type in the search box? Noise under hood? Noise in car? What do you ask Google? What do you type into Google when you're trying to figure this out? Because if you know a little bit about cars, that noise could be anything. It could be the alternator, it could be the transmission, it could be the engine block, it can be any part of the fuel injection system. There's a lot of things underneath the hood on the right that could be the real issue here. But at this moment, you're stuck because you don't know what to ask Google. So you type it in the best you can, and you find information as best you can. But how far does that get you to actually solving the problem of the car noise? Like, do you know what to go fix? So what do? You give your car, or you show your car to an expert, a car mechanic. The car mechanic opens the hood, and because they have a general sense and understanding expertise of how a car functions, they can more quickly assess what the problem may be. They may even have to hook your car up to a diagnostic machine to understand more about the inner workings of the car, to better diagnose what the problem is, and then understand how to resolve it. So you needed an expert to be the conduit of understanding. You needed the expert to be a conduit to help frame what the real issue was and then recommend a solution. So now let's bring that back to your particular expertise. I bet that your expertise is a whole lot more complex than, or a whole lot less familiar than fixing a car. People understand more about cars than they do about your particular expertise, right? So someone's got an issue that lives in your world. What do you think they're typing into Google? Some version of noise under hood, like a very blocky, archaic, non-savvy search, because that's the question going through their mind, is just noise under hood. So then when they finally get to interact with someone like you, what words are they using? What conversation do they have? Some version of, my car's making a noise. And then you get frustrated because you're like, what do you mean it's just making a noise? Is it the engine block? Is it the fuel injection? Is it the transmission? What's your problem? What kind of noise is it? They don't know. They don't know. They're not the expert. So in order to have a better conversation here, there's some empathy you've got to have for your own client. Because there are things that you don't know a lot about. There's some mental blocks that you have. There's some experiences that you don't have. There's some insight that you don't have. And so in that particular part of life, you're a neophyte. In that particular part of life, you are ignorant. In that particular part of life, you suffer from a lack of awareness. You simply don't know. It doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you unintelligent. It just means you just don't happen to know about this thing. But you still need help there. You still need help in that area. So now that we're practicing a bit more empathy here, what do you do? What do you do as the consultant in these exchanges? What should you be thinking about? So one really important thing to think about when you're having these exchanges, again, is just to acknowledge the fact that they just don't know how to describe what their challenge is. So there's some patience that's here. And there's some patience which opens the door for understanding. So tell me more about the issue that you're experiencing. Is it more like this or more like that? Is that knock more like a boom or is it more like a door knock? Is that issue more on the right-hand side of your life, right-hand side of your business, right-hand side of your thinking, right-hand side, or is it more on the left-hand side? Hey, does it make this, do you have this problem every time you do this? Every time you look at that report, every time you look at that document, every time you talk to so-and-so, do you always have that problem? Or does that problem only happen when blank? So let me just better understand the issue that's going on here. Patience leads to understanding. Now let's go a little deeper here. So once you understand, now we have to make a decision. So if you come from the world where the general conventional wisdom is to offer your client 100 choices and have them choose through the choices, now we see where that can be inefficient because we're agreeing that this person doesn't know what all those choices mean. They don't know how to navigate under the car engine, under the car hood. They don't know how to do this. So if you put 100 choices in front of them, all you're going to do is overwhelm them. They just told you, you just discussed the fact that they don't know how to do this. More choices don't help. More choices lead to the overwhelm. Therefore, it is up to you if you're trying to be the expert that they're looking for. It's up to you to give them a more straight line to exactly what they were dealing with, to show them a straightforward path to resolving what they described. Not options of services, but rather a decision to resolve. Not options of services. Help your client make a decision to resolve. So to kind of put that all together here, we're acknowledging that the person you're speaking to is not an expert in this. They may have an expertise in something else, but not in this. So we're going to practice some patience here so we can get understanding about the issue facing them. And then once we understand, you understand and they understand, now it's time to decide, are we going to fix this problem or not? Because I'm putting the choice right in front of you now.